Good day, everyone. Today we're going to learn about international strategy, creating value in global markets. This is your reporter, Architect Jenny Libon. International strategy focuses on how firms create value by operating across borders. It leverages a company's core competencies to compete in global markets while addressing the challenges of varying customer needs and competition. Globalization has accelerated the need for businesses to adopt strategies that go beyond their domestic markets. By understanding the principles of international strategy, firms can tap into new opportunities and mitigate risk. The interconnectedness of markets and enterprises across the globe is emphasized by the global economy. It highlights how business functioning in this dynamic environment face both possibilities and challenges as a result of globalization. Businesses go global in order to take advantage of competitive advantages, open up new markets, and reduce costs by utilizing global supply chains. So we have here first the factor endowments, which refers, of course, to resources like labor and infrastructure, demand conditions, uh, local consumer sophistication, related and supporting industries, strong supplier networks, and we have firm strategy, structure, and rivalry. So that is the domestic competition fostering innovation. So these are important factors affecting a country's competitiveness. Global economic integration does, however, come with dangers that businesses must carefully manage, including political unpredictability, cultural disparities, and economic volatility. Success in the global economy requires firms to balance cost reduction and local responsiveness, adopt effective international strategies, and account for regional and global trends that shape the business landscape. So here we have a graph or figure showing the growth in GDP per person from 2001 to 2011 by region. We also have key factors influencing a nation's competitiveness. We have here an example of India's diamond in software. Um, Here we have, um, of course, the first one, factor endowments, then demand conditions. We have the domestic and other international demand conditions. And we also have related and supporting industries. We have firm, strategy, structure, and rivalry. So factor endowments means the accessibility of infrastructure, labor, and capital. Demand conditions are the complexity and the type of demand in the local market. Related and supporting industries are the existence of robust and encouraging industries. And firm strategy, structure, and rivalry refers to how companies are organized and compete locally. So factor endowments refers to a nation's natural resources, skilled labor, infrastructure, um, technological expertise that contribute to the industry's success. So nation with abundant resources such as skilled labor or advanced technology can support industries that excel globally. So next we have the demand conditions. refer to the characteristics of a nation's domestic market, such as its size, sophistication, and consumer expectation. Sophisticated domestic markets push firms to innovate and improve quality, enabling them to compete globally. So understanding the local demand provides insight into consumer behavior, helping firms design products that succeed both locally and internationally. So the presence of strong complementary industries in a nation fosters innovation and efficiency. So we have the related and supporting industries. Collaborative relationships with suppliers and related industries strengthen the value chain, improving global competitiveness. Nations with robust supporting industries enable firms to operate more efficiently and innovate continuously. So a nation's competitive environment and firm organization drive industry's performance. So intense domestic competition encourages firms to innovate, reduce cost, and improve efficiency, preparing them for global markets. Countries with competitive industries produce firms that excel internationally due to their experience in overcoming strong local competition. Okay, so next we have uh, firms expand internationally to access markets, acquire resources, achieve cost efficiency, and gain strategic assets. Market seeking motives drives firm to tap into new customers, while efficiency seeking motives focus on leveraging economies of scale. Businesses can target new client spaces and boost demand by expanding internationally. Businesses can diversify their revenue streams and take advantage of unexpected prospects by entering international markets. Resource seeking motives. So, in order to obtain vital resources like skilled labor or raw materials, which may be expensive or scarce in their home and country but plentiful abroad, so businesses want to expand internationally. Next, we have the efficiency seeking motives. Companies use economies of scale or scope to grow internationally in order to gain cost efficiency. By standardizing procedures across global marketplaces, they maximize operations and save production costs. Next, we have the strategic asset seeking motives. Through international expansion, businesses aim to acquire vital assets such as cutting-edge technologies, intellectual property, or powerful brands. These resources help sustain long-term growth and bolster their competitive edge. Next, firms face risks such as political instability, economic uh, volatility, cultural misalignment, and management challenges when expanding internationally. So, addressing this risk requires strategic planning, including risk mitigation and adaptation strategies. We have here we have first the political risk. So, unstable government, shifting regulations, corruption, or political upheaval in host nations are all sources of political risk. So, for businesses operating in politically unstable countries, such risk can make international expansion difficult by disrupting operations, raising expenses, or resulting in expropriation. So, next we have the economic risk. Unfavorable financial circumstances In the host nations, such as volatile exchange rates, inflation, or recession, are referred to as economic risk. These elements have the potential to reduce profitability, make financial planning more difficult, and pose serious problems for businesses overseeing international activities and investments. Next, we have the cultural risk. When businesses don't conform to local customers' norms, values, or preferences, cultural risk arises. This misalignment calls for careful cultural context adaptation because it can lower product adoption, damage brand reputation, and jeopardize market success. Next, we have the currency risk. Risk associated with currency changes might be significant. To reduce currency risk, a business that operates in multiple nations must continuously check the exchange rate between its own currency and the host nations. Even a minor alteration to the cost of manufacturing or net profit might significantly depending on the exchange rate when conducting business abroad. So we have management risk. Um, Global dispersion of value chains. So outsourcing, um, contracting, contracting out particular business operations or procedures to outside contractor that is known as outsourcing. And it is frequently done to cut expenses, increase operational efficiency, or better emphasize on core business operations. It enables businesses to take advantage of economies of scale and outside knowledge while preserving resource allocation flexibility. So offshoring. So offshoring is the practice of moving production or commercial activities to another nation in order to take advantage of cost advantages like lower labor or more hospitable regulatory environments. It helps businesses become more profitable and competitive, especially in sectors with high labor or operating expenses. In other words, outsourcing involves contracting tasks to external vendors, while offshoring relocates operations to other countries to benefit from cost advantages. So these strategies allow firms to optimize efficiency but also introduce risk like quality control issues and communication barriers. So firms must balance the need for cost efficiency through standardization with adapting to local market demands. Companies face two opposing pressures. We have cost reduction and local responsiveness. Cost reduction is standardizing goods, procedures, and operations across international marketplaces, allows for economies of scale, which lowers costs. So, this strategy uses global integration to save expenses and boost efficiency. Next, we have the local responsiveness. This entails modifying goods, services, and tactics to satisfy the unique taste, customs, and legal requirements of particular markets while guaranteeing compliance with regional customer needs. Let's move on to the strategies for global competition. First, we have the international strategy. With centralized control and little flexibility to adjust to local market conditions, international strategy uses the parent company's experience and knowledge to grow internationally. Here we have a figure. Um, we have a figure showing the strengths and limitations of international strategies in the global market. So here we have a leverage and diffusion of a parent's firm knowledge and core competencies, lower cost because of less need to tailor products and services. And the limitation, one of the limitation here, as you can see, limited ability to adapt to local markets. Okay, next we have global strategy. In order to achieve economies of scale and cost effectiveness while preserving a consistent worldwide brand presence, global strategy places a strong emphasis on standardizing processes and products across foreign markets. Here, we also have a figure showing the strengths and limitation of global strategies. One of the strength here, strong integration across various businesses. Standardization leads to higher economies of scale, which lower cost, helps create uniform standards of quality throughout the world, and their limitation, ability to adapt to local markets. Concentration of activities may increase dependence on a single facility. And the last limitation we have here is the single locations may lead to higher tariffs and transportation costs. So customizing goods, services, and market initiatives to suit the unique requirements, inclination, and cultural norms of many local markets is the main goal of multi-domestic strategy. In other words, it tailors products and services to fit local preferences, prioritizing responsiveness. So here, we also have a figure showing the strengths and limitation of multi-domestic strategies. Its strengths, ability to adapt products and services to local market conditions, ability to detect potential opportunities for attractive niche in a given market, enhancing revenue. The limitation, decreased ability to realize cost savings through scale economies. Next, we have the greater difficulty in transferring knowledge across countries, and it may lead to over-adaptation as conditions change. So next, we have the transnational strategy. Combines global integration with local responsiveness, blending efficiency with adaptation. These strategies represent different approaches firms uses to compete in international markets. By combining local responsiveness with global efficiency, transnational strategy strikes balance between cost reduction through standardization and customization to satisfy the particular needs of many markets. So here, we also have a figure showing the strengths and limitation of transnational strategies. Ability to attain economies of scale, ability to adapt to local markets, ability to locate activities in optimal locations, and the ability to increase knowledge flows and learning. Its limitation, we have here the unique challenges in determining optimal locations of activities to ensure cost and quality. The next limitation for transnational strategy is the unique managerial challenges in fostering knowledge transfer. So let's move on to the entry modes of international expansion. Firms can enter international markets through exporting, licensing, franchising, joint ventures, or wholly owned subsidiaries. So the choice of entry mode depends on factors such as market size, resource ability, and risk tolerance. So first we have here exporting. So this means producing items in a company's home nation and selling them in overseas markets. So that is known as exporting. With this entrance strategy, businesses can use their current manufacturing facilities to test foreign markets with little financial outlay. However, businesses must contend with issues including taxes, the cost of delivery, and the lack of control over how their goods are promoted elsewhere. So next, licensing and franchising. So through franchising and licensing, businesses can give local organizations permission to utilize their techniques, brand names, or intellectual property in return for fees or royalties. This strategy allows for quick market entry with little financial outlay, but it may also lead to a loss of operational control and possible threats to the reputation and consistency of the brand. So we have strategic alliances and joint ventures. Through joint ventures and strategic alliances, local businesses are partnered with in order to share risk, resources, and experience. So these agreements provide reciprocal advantages by giving access to local networks and market expertise. But divergent objectives, cultures, and management philosophies can make cooperation challenging and necessitate meticulous preparation to guarantee congruence. Here, finally, we have the wholly owned subsidiaries. So, businesses in overseas markets create or purchase wholly owned subsidiaries in order to keep complete operational control. This strategy exposes the company to greater risk, such as market failures or political instability. But it also requires a large financial investment and offers more operational control and profit retention. So thank you so much for listening. And this is your reporter, Architect Jenny Libot, and have a blessed day.